When we talk about mental health, we usually think of therapy, medication, or meditation. But did you know that the food you eat has a direct impact on how you feel? Your brain isn't just a mind, it's a physical organ. It's 2% of your body weight, but it uses 20% of your energy. And that means it needs nutrients to function in a healthy way. Studies are showing that you can reduce anxiety and depression symptoms by up to 33% by changing what you eat. So in this video, we're going to explore how the Mediterranean diet can be a game changer for mental health. We're going to dive into why it works and provide some really simple steps to help you incorporate it into your own routine. Now, in this video, I'm going to summarize what some of the research shows about how nutrition impacts our mental health. And in our information-saturated society, it's easy to get lots of conflicting advice about which diets work and what to eat and what not to eat. So what I'm going to encourage you to do is work with a doctor and with your mental health professionals as you make decisions about your health. So that being said, there is a diet that has been shown to be quite effective at improving mental health. And when I say a diet, I don't mean restrictive eating. I'm talking about what you do put into your body. So the most effective diet for mental health appears to be what is called the Mediterranean diet. So this is a diet high in vegetables, fruit, legumes, beans, nuts, fish, and unsaturated fats like olive oil. It is low in processed foods, red meat, and highly processed grains. And there have been a lot of studies on this type of diet. An overview of 41 studies involving over 1.5 million adults found that a diet low in sugar, saturated fat, and processed foods can reduce the risk of depression by 24%. Decreasing the inflammatory index was found to decrease inflammation in other studies, and people who were very careful to follow the Mediterranean diet decreased their risk of developing depression by 33%. A handful of studies show that the Mediterranean diet can even be helpful for people with bipolar or schizoaffective disorders. And scientists believe that there are 4 reasons why eating this way can improve your mood. So number 1, nutrient deficiencies can be linked to many mental health issues. So for example, micronutrients like B vitamins are essential for maintaining brain health and fostering neuroplasticity. Just an anecdotal example, I have a neighbor who is depressed and suicidal. He learned that he has a gene that doesn't process and absorb B vitamins very well. This gene variant, known as the MTFHR gene, is closely associated with depression. But when he increased his B vitamin intake, he said his depression symptoms and his suicidal thoughts drastically decreased. The Mediterranean diet is rich in essential nutrients like magnesium, omega-3 fatty acids, tryptophan-rich foods, and B vitamins. So these nutrients are vital for maintaining a healthy brain and stabilizing mood because they're basically the building blocks for neurochemicals like serotonin and dopamine. Okay, number 2, chronic inflammation has been linked to depression, anxiety, and even cognitive decline. So the Mediterranean diet is rich in anti-inflammatory foods like olive oil, nuts, seeds, vegetables, fiber, polyphenols, and omega-3 rich fish. So these omega-3s and other healthy fats are essential for brain health. They help reduce inflammation and they support neurotransmitters like serotonin. Fatty fish like salmon and sardines, these are staples of the Mediterranean diet. These are rich in these critical fats. Also, just having a large variety of foods can help reduce oxidative damage to neurons, and they promote better mental functioning. So researchers have found that sticking to the Mediterranean diet was associated with lower levels of anxiety, especially in people who had higher inflammatory markers. And it's also been shown to help prevent cognitive decline due to aging and also help prevent Alzheimer's disease. Now, decreasing inflammation takes more than just eating the right things. It also requires a healthy gut. And to get that, we need to feed the good bacteria. Now, there is a direct link between gut health and brain health, and researchers are still trying to understand why. Whether it's the vagus nerve, which communicates from the abdomen to the brain, and the vagus nerve also plays a really big role in regulating emotions, or whether it's the way that nutrients are absorbed. So, for example, about 90% of the serotonin in your body is in your gut. We're not really sure whether it's the vagus nerve or these nutrients or whatever, but the research indicates that gut health is just really important to mental health. A healthy gut microbiome fostered by fiber-rich foods in the Mediterranean diet has been associated with lower anxiety and improved mood due to probably its role in producing neurotransmitters like serotonin. In addition to eating a lot of fiber that feeds the good bacteria, it's also helpful to add fermented food to your diet. So these are things like live yogurt, kimchi, and kombucha. These can all help support a healthy gut and a healthy brain. Okay, number 4 is blood sugar stability. So your blood sugar is directly linked to cortisol stability, which is a stress hormone. Blood sugar spikes and crashes can directly affect mood and energy levels, and this can often lead to irritability, anxiety, and fatigue. The Mediterranean diet promotes a balance of micronutrients, so proteins, fats, and carbohydrates that help stabilize blood sugar levels. And there's some really fascinating research coming out that stabilizing the energy supply to the brain can help drastically reduce symptoms of even bipolar and schizophrenia. So I've got an upcoming video on the metabolic treatments for mental health, and this includes the medical keto diet. But basically, long story short, giving your neurons a steady source of energy helps them function healthily. Okay, so the Mediterranean diet helps you absorb the nutrients your brain needs. It helps foster a healthy gut microbiome. It helps decrease inflammation, and all of this is correlated with an improved mood. But it can be hard to change. So let's talk about how to change what you eat. The most likely way to fail is to create some extreme changes all at once. So things like fad diets, restrictive eating, and complicated meal plans, they aren't sustainable and they can even be harmful. So instead, I would encourage you to look for 1 or maybe 2 small changes to make each month. And I think also it's easier initially to add things in instead of starting with restrictions. So here's a couple of examples of really small changes that will really add up over time. So the first one is just replacing butter or margarine with extra virgin olive oil. And you can use it to cook, you can drizzle it over your salads, or you can dip your bread in it. Olive oil is rich in healthy monosaturated fats that reduce inflammation and promote brain health. Okay, another thing you can do is try to fill up half of your plate with vegetables at each meal. And you can try to add in color. So like orange carrots, purple cabbage, green kale, blueberries, strawberries, beets. The bright colors indicate a variety of nutrients. And the more variety you eat, the better you're supporting your gut microbiome. Okay, number 3, switch out refined grains like white bread and pasta for whole grains like quinoa, brown rice, and whole wheat. Whole grains provide more fiber, which supports gut health, and it also helps stabilize blood sugar levels because these are a little bit more complex carbohydrates. Okay, number 4, try to add in fish to your meals twice a week. You can grill it, bake it, or even put it in a salad. Okay, number 5, for snacks, try adding in nuts and seeds like almonds, walnuts, chia, flax. These are really rich in healthy fats, fiber, and important vitamins and minerals. So for example, pumpkin seeds are super rich in magnesium, which help the brain regulate and be less anxious. Okay, number 6, you could swap out or choose fresh fruit for dessert after meals. Like fruit's amazing. Give it a try. Raspberries, they're amazing. Okay, the last piece of advice that I'm going to add is in Mediterranean cultures, meals are often enjoyed slowly with family and friends. So make eating something that's enjoyable and connecting for you, and this can help you have fun and relax and feel more loved. Okay, so that's it. I encourage you to make only one small change. Switching to a Mediterranean way of eating does not have to be overwhelming. Add an extra serving of veggies to dinner, or swap out white bread for whole grain, or replace your usual cooking oil with olive oil. Every small change will get you closer to a diet that supports not only your physical health, but also your mental well-being. Mental health isn't just about self-care Sundays or therapy sessions, it's also what you put on your plate. So the Mediterranean diet is a powerful tool to nourish both your body and your mind, helping you feel more balanced and resilient and healthy. If you want to learn more about tiny changes that can really add up to help improve your mood, improve your mental health, make your brain healthier, check out my online course. It's called Change Your Brain, and I break down these changes into tiny little steps. You can do 1 step per month, and they're all backed by research. They show that you can really improve your mental health. You can treat depression and anxiety by implementing these small changes. So if you'd like to learn more, check that out. And also, if you found this video helpful in any way, I'd really appreciate it if you give it a like or comment below. This tells the algorithm to show more videos like this to more people who can benefit from them. Okay, thank you for watching and take care.